violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Coroner has identified the murder victim found run over by a train and says he is 14 years old. Police found the victim, Dominic Tomlin, on the train tracks near the 6300 block of Peoples Avenue.
So guys, remember we covered this story where they did find a body that was shot on the train tracks. So he was shot, then placed on the train tracks. It was a very tragic story. Not much information left on it. Okay, not much information that we got from the news media, but I covered this story. Turns out it was a 14-year-old boy. We're here thinking it's a grown man because they're like, man's body found, da 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 da, and it's a 14-year-old boy. It's crazy.
Just after midnight Wednesday, when they looked closer, they realized Tomlin had been shot and opened a homicide investigation. If you know something that could help detectives, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers. Chilly temperatures are in place.
We have new details tonight about a shooting at a Gentilly Walgreens that left 2 people dead. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Eyewitness News learned one of the victims is a 16-year-old girl.
And Mike McDaniel is live tonight at the Walgreens at the intersection of Elysian Fields Avenue and Gentilly Boulevard. And Mike, I understand you spoke with a
16-year-old girl shot in front of the Walgreens. What's new?
relative of the girl.
Yeah, hey there, Devin. I spoke with that 16-year-old girl's great uncle, who happens to be a retired NOPD officer. He told me, given the amount of evidence markers that were out here a little bit earlier, it's an indication to him that this was either some type of shootout or there was more than one gunman. This all happened around 4:30 in the parking lot, not far from the front entrance of this Walgreens here at the intersection of Elysian Fields and Gentilly Boulevard. Police say when they got here, they found a male and a female shot multiple times. Now, the male was taken to the hospital where he died. The female, who family members say is a 16-year-old girl, died here at the scene.
Damn.
This shooting happened during the day in a parking lot with cars all around. There are still bullet holes through some of the store windows here and shattered glass on the ground. Ed Perkins, who is the great uncle of the 16-year-old, says this brazenness of criminals has gotten out of hand in the city. He doesn't live far from here and says he actually passed the scene earlier, only to get a phone call that it involved someone he knew. He doesn't know why his great niece was at this Walgreens or who she was with. He says it's another sad day for the city and that today it's his family, but given the number of shootings in the city, especially involving kids, tomorrow may be someone else's.
You know, this is a kid. This is somebody we won't ever see again. This was her last day on earth. 16 years. I can't process it right now.
It's just another example of someone who has chosen to take out whatever they have inside of them on others, and that's unacceptable. It'll never be something that we should tolerate in our city, and there's got to be more concern for human beings.
And that's the thing, though. The super gremlins don't care, and there is no remorse after situations like this. They feel pride in the fact that they bust their gun. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Now, we do not yet know the age of that other victim. Police initially reported him to be an adult. However, folks on the scene believe he may also be a juvenile. Police also have not released any information regarding possible suspects.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe, hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pop.
Y'all tell me what they say.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Well, 6 people have been shot at 2 separate stores in New Orleans in just 20 hours, if you can believe this. Good evening, I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Devin Bartolotta. The latest happened just before 1 this afternoon at a Dollar Tree on Chef Mentor Highway. 4 people were hurt. Today's shooting was just over a mile away from where 2 people were shot and killed yesterday. That shooting happened at the Walgreens at Gentilly Boulevard and Elysian Fields Avenue.
And tonight's top story, Erica Ferrando spoke with people in the area who say they are fed up.
So guys, we are going to get the take of some of the sentiment from the community and what they think about these shootings at the Dollar Tree and at the Walgreens. But what we have to understand is that, yes, they most likely voted this in. They protested for this. They demanded the defunding of the police. So all these things they kind of work hand in hand.
The 4 people who were shot at this Dollar Tree just after noon Thursday are expected to survive. But after hearing of this shooting, following another one day before at another store just down the street, neighbors who live in the area say they don't know if they can go anywhere and feel safe. When Sylvia and Woody Turpinton got married about 35 years ago.
We both worked at Ochsner Hospital.
Is that how you met?
That's where we met. Yep.
They began to cherish a weekly tradition, a Sunday afternoon in the French Quarter.
We just adored going to the river walk, and I would buy a cigar, which I love to smoke. My wife would eat ice cream, and we would sit out and watch the boats pass by.
Mad, wholesome, old guard community, you know. Just looking for you know, the little things in life, that the little thrills that keep you going week by week. Nothing wrong with that. Now they're even being driven out of their homes by these super gremlins on demon time.
I gone down the river, but you can't, we won't do that anymore because there's been so much crime in the French quarters.
They haven't visited the French Quarter in 3 years, and their traditions they enjoyed after moving into their Gentilly Woods home 33 years ago have stopped too.
When we first moved in, it was beautiful. We used to go walking every evening, riding our bikes, but not anymore. It's dangerous.
Now the grandparents to 9 limit their trips to church and the grocery store.
And we go to Lakeside Shopping Center, and we feel safe there. And that's about it. Otherwise, we don't go anywhere else.
He would even discourage his wife from shopping at the Dollar Tree just around the corner. She was there Saturday.
To get a birthday card.
Not anymore.
Oh, no. You don't have to tell me.
It's where 2 would...
Damn. And it's funny because they'll say all this stuff, oh, the crime, they won't point out who's doing it. They'll still deny the fact that, you know, systematic oppression or white supremacy is making these individuals do these things. And, you know, or not that they'll deny the fact, but they'll basically try and make it seem like that's the issue. Like these people are just being oppressed and then they're going and shooting up the place because they're fighting oppression. I mean, it's just couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of these actions come from selfishness, not even poverty, because you got dudes who are getting a bag, you know, who are spinning because of the mindset, because of the culture.
Adults and 2 juveniles were shot Thursday afternoon, according to police. 2 were targeted and 2 were innocent bystanders shopping inside.
When you see the yellow tape, it's like you automatically assume someone's dead.
This woman had to pick up her prescription at a Walgreens next to the Dollar Tree. She normally goes to the one at Gentilly and Elysian Fields, but it was closed. She learned a 16-year-old girl and a man were shot and killed there a day earlier.
It disgusts me. It disgusts me it's like I really want to sometimes leave here.
The violent 24.
And you should. Otherwise, you know, you might be on the other end of that bullet.
Hours came just as NOPD Superintendent Sean Ferguson announced his retirement.
I really hate to see him retire. And who are we going to get next? Are they going to be someone who can do the job as well?
It's a big job.
I mean, you know, shout out to Sean Ferguson, but he had his issues as well.
As residents like the Turbintons wish they could relive some of their old favorite traditions.
I'm hoping that we get people who are able to come up with good ideas to handle it.
New Orleans police are asking for your help to find both shooters in both the Walgreens and Dollar Tree shootings. You can report any tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers. Erica Ferrando, Eyewitness News.
Good evening and thanks for watching the Eyewitness News at 10. I'm Mike McDaniel. Days after the senseless murder of Yolanda Dillon, rideshare drivers are coming to terms about what happened to a fellow driver. One of them saying she no longer wants to drive. Eleanor Tabone has tonight's top story.
You just gotta pray for the best.
When you call an Uber, you're not getting inside someone's company car. It's their personal car. That driver is taking a leap of faith and trusting that passenger. That's exactly what Yolanda Dillon did.
And vice versa, okay? The passenger is having to trust the driver. You know, I've been in plenty of Ubers where the driver was driving maniacally and you couldn't do anything about it. Of course, you could tell them, hey, pull over, but if I feel like somebody's an aggressive driver, then they're probably an aggressive person in general. So ultimately, you just kind of want to ride it out and avoid the conflict. Now, I do keep that strap-a-lap on me every time I'm in the Uber, and that is for my own protection. It's not to threaten the driver. But the reality is, if you feel like somebody's finna take you out, then, you know, you're going to defend yourself. Now, this is not the case for this situation here. I covered this story. The sister who was an Uber driver, she picked up a guy who felt like he wanted to catch a body, and he stabbed her to death after she dropped him off to his destination. So she did her job, and then he takes her life. This is getting wild, okay? It's getting wild. Hardworking woman. Her name was Yolanda Dillon or Dillon, and then she was deleted by Brandon Jacobs. She took care of her mother. She, you know, did a whole bunch of different things, just like everybody else, to, you know, live a life worth living, a comfortable life, whatnot, to be able to pay the bills to get from check to check. Okay. That's all she was trying to do. And she was deleted. So Uber, it's definitely getting hot. I would say if you are going to do it, Grubhub, you know, Uber Eats, even though I've done stories where the Uber Eats driver gets clapped too, but it's a lot safer than the person actually getting in your car because you're just dropping off food. So very tricky situation. It's a great side hustle, but there's danger that comes into it. So,
and it cost her life.
And I had to continue to drive because I need the money. This is my job. But I was so scared. I just kept having visions of someone just attacking me from the back. I was scared.
Yolanda Dillon, an NOPD employee and an Uber driver, was stabbed to death in the parking lot of a Harvey motel Thursday.
His confession basically was stated that he woke up yesterday morning and decided he was going to kill someone, and decided that that was going to be the day.
Nicole Bannister has been an Uber driver for more than 5 years.
I think my anxiety kicked in, especially this morning when I started driving again. I was kind of peaked.
Even the Uber drivers have poo shiesty masks. It's different out there in New Orleans.
Looking at the passengers.
Right, turn on Royal Street.
It just was frightening.
Her car was once her safe space. She no longer wants to be behind the wheel.
I was really scared. Like, I didn't want to drive anymore.
It could have been me. You know, it could have been any one of us.
Shavita Thomas, another veteran driver, says she relies on her intuition and God to keep her safe.
In my spirit telling me something's not right, it doesn't even get that far to where somebody's in the car to make me uncomfortable.
Both women say they don't drive at night.
Anybody could be a suspect at this point.
I have to do it. I have to go to work. And this is my only job, so I have to go to work.
Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.